Welcome back to Sailing El Jaleo. This week we're going to take a look around our winter haven, which is Matanzas Inlet. This is where we spend the majority of our winter, so we might as well go ahead and get right into it. Grab a drink, climb aboard, and let's get going. What are you doing? What are you doing, princess? As I show you around Matanzas Inlet, I'm going to try and keep my jabbering to a minimum. I know I have a gift of gab and sometimes I get carried away, but I'm going to try not to do that in this video. So what I would like to do is just go over a couple of the reasons why we really like Matanzas Inlet and why it's perfect for us. First is the temperature. Matanzas Inlet is located in North Florida, so it doesn't get very hot here. In the winter, you know, everyone pictures sandy beaches, pina coladas, you know, palm trees, and we've got most of that, but one thing we don't have are very high temperatures. So the temperatures here can range from 50 to 70. Most of the time it's right in the 50 to 60 range though for the 2.5 to 3 months that we're here, and that is perfect for us. Now, I would love to be where it's 20 degrees warmer in South Florida. That would be great for me, but it would not be great for the crew. Now, can the crew handle 80-degree temps? They sure can, but do they enjoy it? Not necessarily. So we stick to North Florida because it keeps the crew much, much happier. You gotta have a happy crew, otherwise life is miserable. The other great thing about Matanzas Inlet is it is narrow, and there's not enough room for wind to drive wave action. So even in very high winds, the winds here typically blow from north to south in either direction. Very rarely are they from east to west, where it would run down the inlet, but even if it is running down the inlet, there's not significant area for large waves to generate. So even in high winds, 40-50 mile an hour winds, it's very calm here, so that is great for us. We don't mind wind. Wind allows us to harvest wind power, which is great, but we don't like rough waves. We don't like being thrown around, so this is perfect for us. And we do like to have a beach that is kind of secluded, and there is a perfect beach. It's on the south shore just east of the fort, and to get to that beach you have to walk several miles unless you have a boat. So we take the dinghy over there. There's very rarely anyone there, and to get there, if you're walking, you would have to walk along the shoreline for a couple of miles, and at high tide it's impassable. So for about half of the tide swing, it would be very difficult to walk down that beach without getting severely soaked, just because of the downed trees on the beach. So it's perfect for us. When we go down there, the chances that there's going to be no one on that beach are very high, at least in the winter time. We do also love that it is very close to St. Augustine. That allows us to be close to provisions. Now, when we're fully loaded with water, we can stay in Matanzas Inlet for about a month without worrying about resupplying with water and fuel, and that's great. So it's only 15 miles away from St. Augustine, so we can do provision in Volano Beach using their free pier going down to the Publix. We can get all of the supplies we need. We can get fuel, we can get water in St. Augustine. We can motor a short distance down to Matanzas Inlet, and we can be here, and it's wonderful. The boat traffic here is very minimal in the winter for the most part. When the temperatures do start to get back up in the 70s, the boat traffic will pick up, and that's, when it starts getting consistently in the 70s again, that's when we start heading north. So Matanzas Inlet has all of the things that we like. It's got a place for the crew to run around. The temperatures are great for the crew. We're close to provisions, and it's just a wonderful place for us. And we can anchor. One of the nice things, if you're in St. Augustine, besides the wind-driven waves, the boat traffic is crazy, and you're not in a no-wake zone. Whereas in Matanzas Inlet, there is a no-wake zone. It goes from the fort down to the ranger station, and we can anchor in that area. And most boats, thankfully, do observe the no-wake zone. You get a few people that run by throwing wake, but very few people do that. So it's just a very calm, peaceful, nice place for us to stay for the winter.
Cold coffee, my old boots, answered by the door. Nobody's calling, but I don't mind it anymore. 'Cause I've had enough of the rat race, the city life, the social grace. Burnt out on confidence, so tired of keeping score. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down, buy a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life. Maybe then my time will come around, way out of town. Down in the hills of old Topanga Road, there's a place I go to ease a weary soul. I could hide away above the sea, smoke my stuff, talk to the trees, get myself a dog and build a heart of gold. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down, buy a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life. Maybe then my time will come around, way out of town. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down, buy a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life. Maybe then my time will come around. Maybe then my time will come around, way out of town.
And that's all we have time for this week. I would like to give a massive shout out to my Patreon crew. Without your guys' support, I wouldn't make these videos. And my Patreon crew is Joan and Juddy Judnick, Val and Chris Alcorn, Denise and Eli Sackett, Sherry Erickson, Deb Shaw, Matthew Spotton, Peter Allen, and Natalie Linehan. Thank you guys so very much. Your support really means the world to me. I do have one legacy patron member, and her name is Joan Linbo. Unfortunately, she has passed on, but she lives on in our hearts forever. We really miss you, Joan. If you are interested in joining our Patreon crew, there is a link in the description down below, and that'll take you to our Patreon page where you can sign up. And there are hundreds, literally hundreds of extra videos and photos of our travels, and I try and keep everything there up to date and post at least once or twice a week, so it gives you a little peek behind the curtain. If you do like our videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. That'll help us out more than you'll ever know, and that actually doesn't cost you anything, so hit that like button. Alrighty, I hope you all are well, and we'll see you next week.